Are we rolling, Benny boy?
Yeah.
Nice one. Good stuff.
Have you recovered?
Not yet. I haven't taken my foot off the gas yet. I'm going to Fuerteventura tomorrow for 4 days with Kirsty. So
For a break?
For a break, yeah. I'm going to switch my
brilliant.
phone off and just, yeah. Because like that week after, well, again, I'll talk about it. Kendal is just, it's nuts. Or any event really, because you've got to do all the wrap-ups and everything. So I didn't really
It's
get
obviously, it's like, that's important, just as important as the build-up, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh, it is definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just buzzing about last night, to be honest. Driving down, listening to Talk Sport. Fucking great. There's no better feeling than when your team wins, though, is there? Especially midweek against Chelsea at home. I mean,
What do you feel about like all quite a lot of midweek fixtures? Are you traditionalist? Do you like them all Saturday 3 p.m? Not that it ever happens now.
No, do you know what? I don't mind it actually because
Yeah.
I
Because
do
we're not in the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly
That's
that.
how I feel.
No,
I used to
no,
love
it's
the
too
Champions League, and now it's just like fuck that.
Yeah, Champions League used to be midweek, didn't it? And I still do watch that as well. But yeah, when you've got midweek game, it's good. I'll tell you what I do miss about Championship is there's just more games. So you feel like you're playing all the time. What annoys me is the fucking international breaks. You just, it does my head in. There's never any like flow to the season, is there now?
The last few years it's been all right because, like we've touched on, my kids, big Wrexham fans, daughter especially, so like they haven't had an international break, have they, for years?
No.
So, well, not that it's affected them anyway, so they keep playing.
Oh,
So
see.
when there's an international break, that's definitely in previous seasons. I'll definitely go and watch Wrexham with them, take them. But now they have Championship there. On
Yeah,
breaks as
everyone
well,
in
don't they?
Championship's
I hadn't really
affected.
realised that until we
That's
Wrexham
true.
got into the Championship.
I guess we spotting Man U, you will have never noticed it anyway because you've always been in the Prem, haven't you? So as well.
Yeah,
And then until
well,
recently with Wrexham coming up as well.
And then like when there's, I mean, the international breaks seem to be what I don't like is when the season kicks off and then there's a couple straight away.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, I don't like an international break. I'm not that fussed on international football.
Nah, I'm not. Unless it's a big competition like Euros and World Cup, I'm all over it. But these friendlies and like these, even
Have you
like
seen the state of the World
qualifiers.
Cup next year though?
I know, it's not good, is it?
I know Wales probably not going to get in there.
No.
But because they're going to have to beat Italy and stuff. But
I don't know. You might meet Italy actually.
well, yeah, they might get in there. But at the same time, it's like fucking hell. What will that make? 60 odd teams.
I know it's ridiculous, and it's too much, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's too much. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, well done last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
For those, we are rolling, aren't we, Ben?
Yeah, we're rolling. Yeah, I thought I'd
we'll
mention
get
it.
on to running in a minute. But for those that are listening, not watching on YouTube, Ben is sporting the Leeds kit. I'm not up to date with Leeds kits because that's not a vintage one.
This is the away shirt this season, but it is a new take on like a classic kit. So that early 2000s when we got to the semi-finals of the Champions League and Viduka was in the team, like the Ferdinand's. This shirt, the
Viduka,
original was
yeah.
like the Viduka shirt for me. That blue Leeds away kit,
He's class, isn't
Strongbow night kit, mega.
So
But
this
is
after
nice.
Tony Yeboah?
Yeah, after Tony Bow, yeah.
Used to love him as well.
Yeah, 96, 97, Yeboah. That's when he was at his peak. That was a nice kit as well, to be fair. That was like a classic one. But I don't buy many kits now because I've got that many.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worn half of them on the podcast. But like when a good one comes out, and
is
this
it
is
real?
a good one. Yeah, it's a real one. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I've actually got the home shirt that is a fake actually this season. But this is a real one. Sister bought me this for my birthday. But it's a nice kit.
I like that game sometimes that you see on football podcasts. I think it's usually when they just flash up a shirt and you have to name like what player first springs to mind.
Yeah.
Quite often it's the same player kind of thing. Whatever shirt, like a Man United shirt, it'll be a Cantona or Beckham or something.
Somebody iconic in it. Me, this is Viduka. This one.
Is that Viduka?
Yeah. What about you? What would you think of when you looked at that shirt?
I'm not like up on the blue. Obviously, like when I first look at a Leeds shirt, I'd think Alan Smith.
Yeah. Well, actually, same time on it as well. Yeah. To be fair.
Alan Smith and Rio and all them lot. Yeah. Do you remember Jonathan Woodgate? I mean, it's not
class,
it's not that far away, but it actually is, isn't it?
It's class. Yeah.
I'll never forget his debut at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
It's like, what was he? What did he do? Own goal and sent off within about.
Brilliant, memorable.
Yeah. Right. Chris isn't here to get us winding up with this football chat. So
I'll make a start. So welcome to the welcome to the RUNcensored podcast with me, Ben Mounsey, and Gary House. We're going to move on to running in a moment, but I thought we'd just start, Gary, by talking about what we've shoved up our bum recently. Me, nothing. You, Gary?
Thermometer. Thumb.
I'm conscious now that I've said that, and my mum listens to this podcast religiously, and she's not going to know what I'm talking about. What reference that is? It
was my thumb as well, not your thumb.
I should explain.
Luckily, I've seen what you're talking about, so
yeah, dig me out, Gary. Help me explain it to my mum. It's a current trend, isn't it?
No,
come on, Gary. I'm fighting for my life here.
It's a current trend in Yorkshire. People shoving stuff up there.
Honestly, Mum,
it's been going for about 30 years. That trend.
It's a current internet trend where people say that, and then the partners or the friends, they name like loads of things, a big list, but it's totally unrelated. But it makes it look like
it's very funny. Like, it is. Unfortunately, me and Ben don't see each other enough, but we do send each other. We keep sending each other ideas, don't we? And that trend's been and gone already, but we did think about doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We just didn't see each other in time, did we?
No, I like that one that I sent you. That was the guy and his girlfriend's take on
it. That was good. That was really good. Yeah. That was a different twist, but I like that. That's fantastic.
I'll share it on my Instagram so people can see it, because I don't it's hard to describe in it. But yeah, he goes full in for it, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. And Mum, ring me on Tuesday, because you listen to this, you probably still don't get it. I'll explain it to you so you don't think I'm weird. I know you think I'm weird.
It's right, she rings me on a Wednesday, so I'll let her know.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, did she actually message you when the podcast didn't come out on Tuesday?
No.
Or was it a mum joke? Because either way, it was funny.
Yeah. No,
and I thought my mum would actually text you as well, or ring you and ask you, it was a funny mum joke. So
it was funny, yeah. So
one.
Those that are up, it's like, this will be out quite quick, I think, won't it? But we were meant to record earlier in the week, but I've been taken out by Kendal Mountain Festival, yeah.
Yeah, mate, you've been unlucky, haven't you, with the illnesses this year? Because first, like the last big one was Tour de Jean, wasn't it? Where you were really ill and you had to pull out the race.
Because that was like a virus where it was like just on the chest, and when you have a bit of breathing and a cough and all that kind of thing, and a bit of low energy. But I was all right. I was functioning. This one took me out, and I mean, I can still hear it in my voice now. Nearly 2 weeks later.
It's like COVID OG, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you know what it's like. People keep telling you, there's a new strain and all that. It's just,
what I was going to say though, is like Tour de Jean, you were sharing a bed with Gilly. And then Kendal Mountain Festival, you were sharing a bedroom with Cy Pears from SportShoes. So I don't know if there's anything related in that, just sharing your bed with
I think people
random
are licking
men.
Me in the night.
That's what it is,
yeah.
But it is good to see you.
They smell that body butter on
me. You smell delicious, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's that Solomon tent, not to dig the Solomon lads out. Well, it wasn't. It was a Solomon party. It was your tent.
Yeah.
It was like an incubator. And me being me, everyone wants to speak to me, so I just couldn't avoid it. I felt, when I was getting sick, I was like, no wonder I was sick, because it was freezing outside. It was nice and warm in that tent that we'll talk about. It was lovely and warm. So I was probably hiding in that tent a bit too much, and it's going to happen if it's going to happen. I will say, I never used to get sick at all. Even when the kids come along, I was pretty robust
until you started sharing bed with different men.
Well, there is that. Causation isn't correlation or whatever, but there's that. And the first time I got proper sick with COVID, since then something hits me, and I feel like I'm just weak immune system.
Yeah, maybe it's linked.
If any sponsors out there want to send me some drugs, then I'm all for it.
We've sort of given up on San
all sorts
Pellegrino
the last 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking for any kind of sponsor out there. I was thinking of even reaching out. I know it's totally unrelated, but to McDonald's, because I'm spending a lot of time on the road recently eating a load of crap. And Spa would be good, wouldn't it? I mean, the Spa would be an immense sponsor. I know we keep saying it, but
Spa's the dream.
Yeah, that is the dream.
Before we move on, I know we've got stuff. But what is the state of that Christmas tree? Do you know any? What? I've just in the corner of my eye. It's just registered. There's a Christmas tree in here. You're gonna have to watch on YouTube. We're in producer Chris's house. It's a nice Christmas tree. There's one bauble on it. Do you know anything about this, Ben?
I've not even noticed that until Gary's pointed it out, but it is very true. It's looking very bare.
One ball, Chris. There's literally one ball below.
That is a very sad looking tree. I mean, it's a beautiful tree, but it does look sad because it's not been decorated properly. Yeah, Chris, you need to sort that out, mate. That's your job for this weekend. That's what we're giving you this weekend to do.
I have just noticed there is still just a label on the tree as well.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, maybe he just left it up last year and we haven't noticed it. And now he's just But right, go on, crack on.
Just to bring it back to running, because we are going to talk about running. We're going to do a recap of Kendal Mountain Festival, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which traditionally, and I say traditionally, even up to I would say 2-3 years ago, it's probably more known as like an outdoor climbing, hiking, skiing festival. But recently, like running has become such a big part of the festival, hasn't it?
It used to be like a Arc'teryx puffer jacket festival, didn't it?
Yeah, it used to be
still is.
Middle-aged man, down jacket, puffer jacket, going around pubs in Kendal, listening to some talks, watching some films. Now,
it still is that,
but yeah, underneath it as well is this like young, trendy crowd that me and Gary have brought into the festival this year.
That's why you're there, isn't it?
And but it's changed, it's evolved, and I think there is a different crowd, and I think that's because they've embraced the new sports. When I say new sports, like ultra running, trail running has become a bigger part of the menu at Kendal in terms of the focus.
They've embraced the new budgets.
They have embraced the new budgets. Yes, they've brought new sponsors on, they've brought new brands on. SportShoes is now there, front and centre, which we're going to sort of feature, obviously, because that was the big project for me this year was Kendal. But I mean, is that the first time you've been to Kendal this year, Gary?
It's the first time I've been to the mountain festival. I've been to Kendal quite a few times, yeah. But like you say, it's never. I'll be honest. This time of year, going to Kendal to go and watch a load of films that I'll just watch on YouTube with a glass of wine has never floated my boat too much. And like you say, it's not running based too much, and I'm not into running films as much, but I do love I love the ski ones and the mountaineering ones sometimes, but I mean, it's hard to get me to the cinema, never mind to do that usually, but this one obviously piqued my interest a bit more because you were involved, number one.
Yeah, that was a connection, wasn't it?
Yeah, and obviously it's a bit more, there was a bit more of a running theme, for want of a better phrase, and in the last couple of years, I've obviously made new connections with brands and stuff, so they're there. So it was, it was good fun, is the overall thinking. What I will say is, before you start going into a recap is, I know we talked about it in the build-up, and I'd seen that you were busy, and I knew you were busy anyway, but I didn't know how much of a big deal it was for SportShoes even, and yourself, until I got there and saw it, and saw the programme and everything, so... Yeah, mega work on that, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. It has been the big project of this year. I mean, I've been going to Kendal for probably the best part of 20 years, and I've seen it changed a lot. Like, it's grown every year. And then SportShoes sort of got involved, I'd say maybe 7-8 years ago, and then every year we've just increased our involvement. But for those that don't know, like, Kendal is home to what is essentially, outside of Banff, I think the biggest outdoor festival, I want to say, in the world. Like, it's not far off, I wouldn't have thought, because it does attract global attention, and it's just a full takeover of the town. So you've got the base camp village, which is on Abbott's Park, and that's like big tent. It's almost like a trade show, but a really nice looking trade show inside, where you've got all the brands set up and the different stalls. People can go around, have a look at what they're offering. And then outside of that, you've got extensions of base camp, where they've got different big tents and setups, which is what we had, which we'll come on to, food vendors, all that kind of thing. And then even just going into town, you've got the Brewery Arts Centre, which is taken over with films, some pop-ups in cafes, you've got the leisure centre. So like, wherever you go in Kendal for that weekend, it's huge. Like, it's a complete takeover of the festival. Everybody who lives in Kendal will either embrace it, or they'll probably leave Kendal for the weekend, because you can't escape it, really. But
bit of subletting going on for the week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the prices just hike up. And to be honest, I've already been looking at booking accommodation for next year, because if you leave it, I don't know, 3 months out of like the festival time, you're talking £250 a night for a travel lodge. It's ridiculous because they know that people are going to pay it because they need the rooms. But yeah, our involvement this year was huge. So we came on as like a major presenting partner, like one of the big dog sponsors. But then with that came great responsibility to like deliver a program and make an impact that would warrant putting such an investment into the festival itself. So I kind of put the pressure on myself, really.
Is that a decision you lot make at SportShoes? Or is it an aim to go, or a Kendal Mountain Festival reaching out and going, we want you to do this? Or how does it work at the start?
No, to be fair, it's a good question. And like I think it's a bit of both, really, because Tom, who's been on the podcast before, friend of ours, Tom Kane, he's the outdoor buyer. That's what he puts in his bio, actually. He put friend of Gary House. That's what he leads with.
Colleague.
So Tom's the outdoor buyer at SportShoes, a big personality on the outdoor scene. Like all the brands know him. He's a great guy, you know. I know, like we banter him a lot, but he's a brilliant guy. And I work with him dead closely because I'm basically the marketing lead for the Trail and Outdoors. So between me and him, we kind of plan all the activities for the year, what we want to do, what we want to push, which brands we're working with, because he buys all the product and I have to then market it. So we always valued Kendal as a festival and a space for people to come and kind of get in front of brands. And we love being there, and we just thought, do you know what? I think this is the time to like go all in, to be honest, and ramp up that activation. And then having conversations with Kendal, they wanted us in as well, because like the team at Kendal, honestly, is immense. Like Steve Scott and Jackie Scott, who run the festival, and Clive, who kind of supports them as well. That those three kind of run it, and then they've got an amazing team underneath. A lad called Ben Cannon who sort of worked with us. When they present to you, you sort of want to get involved, and we get presented to a lot, and we get lots of opportunity to go to different places and show up as a brand, as SportShoes. But this one was like, yeah, we've got to do it, and then came all the ideas after that, because we had quite a few. So it was a bit.
Did you always know where you would sit? Because it's hard, isn't it? Because I imagine you're gonna be working with the running brands more, but it's like, where does SportShoes sit at the start? Because you say there's so many different factors to Kendal Mountain Festival. It's almost like, well, where are we going to set up and stuff? Because that bit in the middle, it is like brand orientated. It is more trade, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is like a trade show, isn't it?
You're walking around, and it is a trade show, essentially.
Yeah, it is.
So that's great for football and all that kind of thing, but that's not really how SportShoes show up to these events, is it? So it's like, was it your idea to have that space outside? I mean, I know you probably couldn't have it inside. Again, really good question, because you're right. Like to be inside there, I think with all the brands, it probably wouldn't suit us, because we're the only major retailer there. I mean, but then you don't want to be on a completely separate site either, because that wouldn't work.
No, exactly. And we've done stuff outside of the festival as well. I've organised hikes, and then I've done talks at base camp on the stage, but we've never really had like a space to own. And last year, Yeti had this amazing yurt outside base camp. It's like a huge structure, like it's outdoor kind of tent, essentially, that you'd probably see like at a wedding. You know, like you could host like a wedding in there, couldn't you? And I saw that last year and thought, that's amazing. Like they've got their own space. People see it as they come in. It's the first thing you notice. So we were like, right, we want that. I actually thought we were getting that this year. I thought Yeti hadn't taken up their space, and we just take up over where they had. And it turns out,
don't mention Yeti anyway. I'm not.
Turns out they were still there this year, and we were across from them, but we had the same structure. But it's nice to have your own space. But then I felt like, because we had our own space, we had to do something pretty special in there. But it's from a branding perspective, it's amazing, because you can dress it up how you want. You can brand it up, you know, get the logo on the front, get the branding inside, and then try and work with all the brands. The challenge for me this year was like how we show up as a brand ourselves, but then how we work with the brand partners that we deal with or across the weekend, without, you know, I suppose managing their relationships, but also like making sure we don't get lost in it all as well. It's like quite a difficult challenge, really.
I think like from a consumer point of view as well, I think SportShoes are doing, it's hard work, I imagine, because it's, as a consumer, and if you didn't know, like I know how SportShoes work, but it's hard because you work slightly different, I guess, to some retailers. It's like they'll assume that if they come in and they see like some Solomon branding everywhere, that this is just Solomon or this is just whoever, whereas it's SportShoes driving it behind it. So you guys need to be as visible, if not more visible, because that's what you're advertising, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I think for the last few years, when we've been working with these big brands, sometimes we get lost in all that kind of those activations and those campaigns, because people see the brand first and foremost, and we're sort of like a sleeping partner almost behind. But we're doing, for the most part, the legwork and the donkey work with that, because it's something we're hosting. So like we work like an agency. Our marketing department is like an agency. So like the events that I organise and the races and the campaigns, I plan it as if we were going to use an outside agency, but we do it all in house. But we've had a real push this last couple of years to try and get noticed a bit more. So the impetus is really about trying to get us out there, because most retailers just retail, and people come into a shop or they go online and they buy, and that's it. That's the kind of I suppose experience that a customer has with them. But for us, and not like wanting to go into any kind of like industry spiel, but like we want to do a little bit more. Like I've always
people
been
will find it interesting, I think, as well.
I've always been conscious of like giving people a bit more than just trying to sell them something. So like one of my jobs at SportShoes is to write all the content for the website. So that's like educational, it's inspirational. It's like, we're not charging people for it. We're just giving them like a bit of extra advice and support, really. And then you look at like the races we put on, the events, and giving people opportunity to compete against some of the best athletes in the world, or whether it's on a low key level where they can just come and enjoy a really scenic trail race, or whether we run competitions, or we give people an opportunity to come to SportShoes HQ and like watch Killian's film like last year. So yeah, I think we just try and do a bit more than most retailers do. We can, because we've got a bigger team, obviously, but we're always like pushing the boundaries.
It's basic marketing, but basic marketing done at the highest level. That's the best way to think about it.
Yeah.
Like I got taught when I first started doing my own coaching, it was my only goal with giving out all this free content and free advice, and even the daft stuff really is like, it's not really selling to people. I'm not selling, sign up for my coaching. It's as soon as someone wants run coaching, I want to be top of mind.
Yeah.
I want to be the person they think about.
You're planting that seed, aren't you?
That's all it is, really. Yeah. So at some point, if that person further down in 6 months, 2 years, whatever, wants running coaching, they'll think of me first. And it's like, if I imagine it's the same if someone wants to buy a pair of shoes or some apparel from anywhere, it's like you want to be top of mind. SportShoes, don't they? Right, I go to the SportShoes website.
Yeah, definitely. And if like you said, if they've had if a customer's had a positive experience, like not just buying something off the website, if they've like picked up a magazine or our catalogue and they've read something in it that they liked, and like you said, it plants a seed, they might not buy anything there and then, or they might see something pop up on social, like podium events or something, or a trail race we've done, and then you're kind of on people's radar. And I think they also trust you then as well, because we're like experts in the field. We've got people, I'm going to use myself as an example, because like I've been running for like 30 years now. Me and you, very similar, like we get running, we are runners. And I think if you're trying to sell a product, like you've got to be living the lifestyle.
They'll go, like, remember last year at the running show, 1 minute you're writing the content, the other you're organising this big Kendal event, then they can go to a running show and you'll be the guy picking up the shoe and talking about a shoe.
Yeah, front and centre. Yeah, definitely.
So it's not obviously just about you. And this isn't a SportShoes advert, but people, I think it is interesting for the ins and outs of how these businesses or yourselves work, because it would only work if people knew what they're talking about, the people writing the blogs, the people putting the content out and stuff like that, because then they trust it, and then they buy the shoe and they trust what that person said. And then they'll buy the next shoe and the next shoe.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And I'm always honest as well with reviews. And we are as a business, to be honest. Like, I just think, it gives you a face, not just me, but like there's other people in the department who do a really similar job. And you're right. I think just giving people that full experience, that confidence, and like being able to provide that expert advice, because you are experts in the field. Like when I'm not working, I'm racing, or I'm helping out with racers, or we're talking about running, we're doing this podcast. Like I'm literally, my whole life is trail running. So I think people then, if they see me working for SportShoes and doing something and talking about a shoe, knowing that I've tested every single shoe on the market, like if I can recommend something for them based on what their needs are, you're more likely to buy from them, aren't you?
What we're saying is, before this show started, as Ben said, I need a pay rise. So
that's exactly it. Yeah.
So come on, it's that time of year. Budgets are being drawn up.
Times are hard. I've got to get these Christmas presents bought. I've not even thought about it yet.
I am also representing Ben from now on.
It's my new manager.
We just represent each other.
I did see Kendal as an opportunity though for us to really shine, and I wanted to just put a
Yeah,
mark
we
on
hardly
it.
spoke.
We hardly spoke, did we? Because I think also like I'd so many people to chat to before then. I worked with 28 different brands across the weekend, but like we're not a huge team, but like we are a family business at the end of the day, and we've not got hundreds of people working on the marketing team. We are just a small team, so a lot of work went into it, as I know you could see, Gary. But we had grand plans, didn't we? Spending time together, doing this, filming this reel, doing that, enjoying the festival. And I went into it thinking, I'm probably not going to enjoy this. But I actually did. I did enjoy it. And it was great having you there, honestly, because, I mean, we'll come on to the actual ins and outs of the programme, but there was a moment on the Saturday where you did a talk, and it was the first time really where I'd sat back and watched it from the audience, and I thought, this is pretty good, this. And I did that from that moment on.
The rest of it was good, mate.
Yeah, I started enjoying it. You did change it. You changed the narrative though, mate, didn't you? You came in and changed it. It was like bringing on a super sub and you just flipped it. But no, honestly, I appreciated you coming as well and supporting, because it is difficult to like kind of manage everything on your own or lead the line, but then bringing somebody in like yourself who has got the confidence and the knowledge and the experience to like get up on stage and do your thing as well. That honestly, it made a massive difference. So
like it's hard, isn't it? Because sometimes you could think, right, I could bring people in to do a lot of the work, but then it sometimes generates more work for yourself anyway, and that's what you're good at. So it was good. So we get into.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Should we get into like the Friday, I guess?
What did you think about the space, by the way, as well? Like that Yurt, it was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. But we just need some ventilation, better ventilation. No, I'm joking.
He's a bit of a.
If we could just sort out a VIP section for me next year, with some perfect.
There is no ventilation, though, is there? I mean, they've got this fire pit in the
back
middle.
Because that's the first time I saw you. I was at the Friday. I brought you a coffee and stuck my head in that.
Oh yeah. So there's a story behind that. So like one of the because we didn't really know. Like we've never branded that Yurt before, and we've never worked with that company before, and I wasn't sure what we could do in that space. So we kind of branded the stage, and then not forgot about the front entrance, but I looked at Yetis and it had the big Yeti sign outside the front, and it was really clear. And then we didn't really have one, and we just had 4 flags. And I thought, right, we need our logo at the front. So I basically took 2 of the windows out of the back that should have been in and stuck them on the front of the Yurt, which it looked amazing, but it just left 2 massive holes at the back. But actually, probably needed it for ventilation.
Probably good idea, yeah.
But yeah, when I first saw you, I was on the stage and I could just hear this voice saying, Ben. I was like looking around thinking I was imagining something. And then all of a sudden I saw this hand come through the window at the back with a coffee. It was you, wasn't it? So that was very welcome, I have to say. But no, it was a good space, wasn't it?
It was good.
Yeah, it was fire roaring as well.
Yeah, it was nice. Like, if you can picture, just a massive Yurt. What did it hold?
120.
So it held 120 people. Nice fire in the middle it was kept going. So that was...
Had a bit of an alpine feel, I felt.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think that fire was essential. I think... I think people would have got cold.
Yeah, because it was freezing over the weekend,
because
wasn't
there's people turning up for the talk stuff, so that was a massive help. I mean, it was from the off. Like, you'd been there a few days already, but I got down Friday morning, and it was the North Face film, so you were straight in.
Oh, mate! And when I started designing the program a few months ago, like Friday was always going to be pretty big because we've got the race, which we'll talk about on the evening. But like at that time, TNF, the North Face, hadn't come in to the programme, but then they got added to the programme, and then Tom Evans got confirmed for the afternoon, and it ended up being like a monster day, because that first session, when you work with the North Face as well, like they're unbelievable, because they are the biggest like outdoor brand really in terms of marketing budget that we work with, and they are probably the biggest, arguably the outdoor brand in the world, really, out there. You know, you've got Patagonia as well, you could argue, but TNF turn up and they demand perfection. So anything you organise with TNF has got to be like unbelievably, well oiled. Everything's got to be like perfect, basically. But their team's amazing as well. So they just come in, they take over, they know what they're doing, and then my job really was just to kind of interview the athletes after watching some films. So we had Fernando Maciel, unbelievable athlete, Red Bull, North Face athlete. Josh Wade, recently third at UTMB. Elsie Davis, who's just done the Cornwall circuit for a mum to raise money for Alzheimer's. Like, really powerful film. And then Steph Case, who's, again, like, really powerful film as well. So we had like 3 amazing films, and then we had the interviews with the athletes. So, I mean, people bought tickets for these events, and to come and to see those 4 people and to run with them as well, because we had a run in the morning. It's a pretty good experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I at first I was like, what? Where have all these people come from on a Friday morning? No one got jobs in Kendal.
Yeah, I did think, like, why are people not at work?
Yeah. But, like, again, because I was a bit blinkered in terms of I was just turning up to do the stuff that I was doing with you, really. I hadn't really understood the scale of it, what it was this year.
Because we'd not really taught, and it's more my fault, really, because I've been that busy organising it. You were just like, don't worry about me, mate. We'll just catch up on the day. And to be fair, like, I know we can work like that, but I'd not prepared you at all, had I? Let's be honest.
No, not really. But not in a bad way. It was just like, my job wasn't, it didn't need that much preparation, to be honest. So it was fine. You were fine doing that. It's not like you weren't doing your job in that way. It was just like, and it could have been a bit more fluid, I guess. You didn't really know what we were up to, did we? But seeing the films in the morning, I missed the first couple, but yeah, I got Josh's, and what was the lady's name?
It's Fernanda Marcial. Yeah, she's really good.
Great film, that.
Yeah, she basically ran across the Pyrenees, didn't she?
Yeah, it's borderline. I was watching it thinking, this is borderline,
insane.
Like, yeah. Like, it was a great film, but it's not often I watch it and I'm thinking, not 100% sure that you probably should have done that. But I mean,
I thought the same. I'll be honest, because
and it wouldn't have mattered who was up there doing what she was doing. I just thought, yeah, absolutely crazy.
It's a nuts challenge.
Degree, yeah.
Because like Killian obviously ran across the Pyrenees, and I said to her, "Is it the same challenge?" And she went, "No, actually, this one's a bit harder." I was like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah.
And she was right, because, like, I mean, I'm not saying what he did was not hard, because it was ridiculously difficult, but like, she was really dropping down into villages.
Everything
and climbing
Killian
back
does
up.
is very well, although it might not look like it because of the extremes that he's doing, but it is very well organised, and it's very well structured, and it's well supported usually, as much as it can be.
Even though he's doing all the effort.
Exactly, yeah. Whereas this one was just like, she'd just gone off.
She took a big risk, didn't she?
Yeah, and just with a phone as well. And I know, like, I've been out in that area and stuff, and I know you always get phone signal, but there are times where you won't have it as well. It's like, oh my God, not even got anything other than the phone.
I mean, the film's called Tara, which I think means lone wolf. And she was a lone wolf in that. Like, she was on her own for the full duration of this challenge. It took her like 12 days to cross the full Pyrenees. And she was running in like ridiculously hot conditions, but she was losing altitude, gaining altitude like all the time. And just the physical and mental toll on her. And like, I don't know how she wasn't like petrified, because if I go for a run on the moors with the dogs,
she probably was at points. I don't want to speak for her, but like, I'd have been scared at points, knowing how remote it is, and if you get into trouble there and you've got no signal, you are in proper trouble, aren't you?
Yeah.
And there were storms coming in and stuff like that, and she was even mentioned didn't want to get her poles out and stuff. So, but because she was self-supported, solo, she didn't have camera crew or anything, so it was just filmed herself, wasn't it? The actual run part of it. So it was a brilliant film, but like, just knowing a small percentage of what it will have been like, she won't have captured 99% of what it was actually like.
No, you're right. And I mean, when she turns up and she's got a Red Bull cap on as well, you know that she's pretty extreme. But like that, even for me, I thought that is proper extreme. Yeah,
impressive.
That was probably, in a weird way, like the most impressive, because we had 3 other like impressive films, didn't we? We had Josh Wade's film Homegrown, which is on the SportShoes website. Just getting that in there. That's one we directed last year, and he obviously came back this year and did 3rd place. That one was about his 11th place finish in 2024.
Yeah,
looking to do another film next year, because I honestly still think Josh could win UTMB. Genuinely, I think he's got it in him, and he's shown, I think, even just this year with that 3rd place finish.
What was his time this year?
He's got it.
Do you know?
Well, the times were a bit skewed, because it was a slightly shortened course, but not that much. So I think he ran 20 something this year. Yeah. It was definitely just over 20 hours, but it couldn't class as a course record, because Tom did 19:30, I want to say 19:20, 19:30, but they couldn't class it because it was slightly shorter. But it was a really good time from Josh, and he ran really well. And then Elsie Davis, Circuit of Cornwall, she's just done this like epic challenge, like basically the circumference of Cornwall, in a 1 hour. Like, it took her 6 days, obviously. She's running continuously, but raising money for Alzheimer's, and that was like a pretty emotional one. I don't know if you saw that one, but
I missed that one. It was on early, wasn't it?
But I will
rewatch it. Actually,
she was like really upset about, obviously what she's been through with her mum and everything. And it was a difficult one to like navigate that and interview her on, because I knew at any point she could go, so treading carefully with that, because you don't want to upset her. But then at the same time, you want people to understand like how upsetting it's been. But yeah, shout out to Elsie, because, to do what she's done. And it's not necessarily her distance either. Like, she's a 50K to 100K max runner, and then to go and do something like that. Like,
well, that was like for her, again, I don't know Elsie, but like you say, it's because it was completely far removed from what she would usually do. That makes the challenge even more impressive, I guess, doesn't it? It's not like there are people out there that's not their bread and butter, but they do these challenges and then they'll do another one and another one maybe. But yeah, it was good to see. I know Gilly was on taking some stills and he was updating me how well she was moving and stuff.
Yeah, he went down there and covered it for us.
So and it's not easy. Like, it's not easy running around that coast of Cornwall. I know people think it's like lovely holidays and it's just coastal path running isn't as hard as the mountains, but I tell you now, it's going in and out of those coves and going up and down steps, and it's very rarely that you get long stretches of good running. It's just a different challenge.
There were like 4 pretty powerful films. That Steph Case film was powerful as well. It's all about like I suppose a journey to motherhood, and the highs and lows of trying to get pregnant and having failed IVF and all this. Like, so like that was like a roller coaster of emotion. Like, I felt like I needed to watch an episode of Benidorm afterwards, because like I was like, it was like fairly serious, all 4 films. But at some point, all 4 will be out.
That's why you got Josh's in there, just to break it.
That's it. Yeah, just to
odd job.
just to throw a little bit of something different in there. Definitely.
Just loves running, nothing else. No, nothing else.
He's pretty constantly happy, isn't he, Josh? Like, nice guy.
Yeah. It's
really
good to see him properly. He did I reminded him that he's promised to come on, so he is up for it at some point.
Got to do that. Yeah. Straight after that session as well, we had this orienteering session with me and Kay, and it was all about like problem solving and like tips and tricks to like make yourself a better orienteer. And because I've been so busy with this whole program, like I organised 15 events and all these talks, all these conversations, like that was the only one that I didn't really plan. I just put it in the calendar. And I remember being sat at the front on the stage and Kay was across from me. And I looked up at the screen and the adverts were coming on at the start. And I just thought to myself, I actually don't know what I'm talking about here. I genuinely did not plan it. It's a bit like a podcast episode. And as soon as the advert stopped, I thought, right, shit, I'm just going to have to make this up. And we just made it up. I'm not joking. The whole thing we made up. We had a very quick chat at the beginning that we might just chat to some GB orienteers. And it's a fucking good job Kate was there, yeah. Carried it. But no, that was good. So we were sort of like looking at each other, a bit like sometimes when we do, and we sort of knew that what we was going to talk about, but without having to actually plan anything. So it was quite good. So it was that was probably one of the best sessions actually, as it turned out. And then Tom Evans after that. Big Tom. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I was there for that one. Yeah. It was interesting. It was an interesting talk. He was quite he was quite free with his information, which was good.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back, does he? I noticed that about him. He's very honest. Like if you ask him something, he'll always tell you the truth. Like he'll never hold back, and I think he's quite controversial in a way, isn't it? Because he's very opinionated. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all.
Yeah, I think sometimes opinionated can be confused for controversy, doesn't it? It's not really what he's actually saying. It isn't controversial.
No, exactly.
It might just be a different opinion. And yeah, you're right. Like some of the stuff that he comes out with, or even like the shoe stuff, isn't my cup of tea. But like that doesn't detract from the athlete at all.
No,
it's still mega impressive. So I'll always I enjoy listening to how he went about it and the confidence. To be honest, it reminds me a little bit of the early days of when you used to listen to Jim Walmsley.
Yeah,
and he'd have that kind of confidence, and he'd be openly talking about his races and things. But I think his wasn't as structured in terms of like Tom openly said, he's got a team. That team of people around him was insane. For a mountain runner. Yeah, like a WhatsApp group called, what was it, Tom's Performance
thing.
Like there's no way Jim had that when I was listening to that. But so it's different personalities, different ways of doing it. But it worked, didn't it?
Oh, it did, definitely. And you've hit the nail on the head there, because like over the last few years, I've got to to know Killian, Jim, and now Tom
Here
like
we
pretty
go.
well. Yeah, but they're all just dropping that in one there, dropping it in there. But no, like they're all really different. Like honestly, their approaches are completely different. And I didn't until this year, until about 2 months ago, I'd never met Tom before. I just got a preconceived idea of what I thought it was going to be like, and actually, meeting him, I really, really like it. Not that I didn't like him before, but I wasn't sure whether I'd like him or not.
Tom, Killian and Jim, snog, marry, avoid.
Oh, God. Well, I think long term it's going to have to be Killian, innit? Because I've had this obsession with him, and we are good mates now. Obviously, not. So I've got to. What was it? Snog. I've got to marry. You've got to marry Killian. Yeah. Tom probably going for the kiss. What was the other one? Shag Jim probably.
No, you've got to avoid.
Avoid. Oh, I don't know.
You fucked yourself now.
I have, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Yeah, shit. I'm backing out of this. Can we change it to snog, shag, marry?
If you want, mate.
I don't want to offend
It's your
any
fantasy.
of them. Don't want to offend any of them. Sort of like them all, really. But no, like I do, and I really
I'll
like.
work with them next year, Gary. Why have you?
They're all blocking me again on WhatsApp now, aren't they?
Right, don't worry, we all know.
But I do really like Tom. Like, I
do,
similar
actually.
to you, I
So
like his confidence. And I like how he's open about everything. And there was things that he told me, like when I met him the first time this year, that I was quite surprised he would tell me. But like that's just how he is. Like he's just not bothered. He'll just openly say how he thinks things are, or what he's done, or this and that and the other.
That's
and
why it's
I liked
interesting, because if you're at the top of the tree at what you're doing, there's why not talk about it, really? It's just running at the end of the day. It's not like
definitely.
professional cycling where you can kind of like, you don't want to know team tactics or something, maybe. It's like they're just trying to get from A to B and slow down the least.
Yeah, and
That's basically it.
And fair play to him. Like different approach to Jim, completely different approach to Killian, but like massively successful. And I think he deserves everything. Every success he gets, because he's what a guy. I mean, it's pretty incredible to understand like his mindset and like what he's done behind the scenes to get to that level and to win UTMB. I mean, when you look at it now, retrospectively, and after chatting to him as well, you can completely see why he's won it. I mean,
when like, not even going back that far away, you'd get like a Francois Den or something. They might enter later in the year, or they might not know if they're doing it. Like some of the lads from America just rock up. Not really. They'd be amazing races, and you've got amazing performances. But now more than ever, like the amount of investment, money, time, all that stuff to win the UTMB Tom's gone through, impressive, yes, but it's like, it's becoming, that's almost like what you would have to do to win the UTMB, I think.
Yeah.
Even Jim, he moved to France, obviously, a lot of time, investment, money. You're not just rocking up at these things now.
No.
Killian can't just rock up and win these things now, I don't think. It has to be, and obviously even lower down, you'd say lower down in terms of budget and stuff, like Josh has put all his time and effort and probably his own budget into these things up until this point. So it's impressive, but it's almost like it's insane watching it as well.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
To be honest, I was thinking about it the other day. Well, after that talk, I was thinking, taking nothing away about the win, it was just it was impressive the amount of backing and work and effort and detail is going into winning the UTMB.
Yeah, definitely.
Compared to even 5 years ago. Yeah, I think the first time I saw it really change was that Pau Capel's run, which was amazing. But I know like there was a lot of structure going into that and things like that.
There was a lot of backing from the brand.
I'm not
as well,
saying
weren't
that
there?
obviously people haven't took it seriously or training, but it would be a bit more like relaxed, wouldn't it? You get like Zach Miller turning up and just running off the front and without like no real race strategy other than just hammer it and stuff. Whereas now it's like what you need to do, a bit like cycling really with power and stuff. They'll know with which bloody Strava segments and everything they need to hit, when they need to do everything, and if they're not on it, they're not on it to a certain degree.
So structured. I mean, if you are listening to this and it's the first one you've listened to, a few episodes ago we interviewed Paul Booth, who is part of Tom's performance team.
We had loads of good feedback.
Yeah, that was a great episode. We learned a lot as well, but it goes into real detail about the nutritional side of like Tom's approach and delivery for UTMB, like everyday life, but also from a performance perspective. So it's worth a listen. I think it was about 4 episodes ago. So pick it up. It's on obviously YouTube and Spotify and Apple. So worth checking out, isn't it, that one?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Better move on. Better
move on, haven't we? I mean, the main event after that, Quid Games. Gary, you did Quid Games. I mean, before we talk about your experience, we should probably explain what Quid Games is, shouldn't we? So I'll do that bit. If you want.
I could do with knowing.
I mean, a part of Quid Games is the fact that people don't really know what's going on. Like, it's quite a lot of it, to be fair. It is a game of strategy, but it's also a game of mystery. And it's just a concept that Kay Hawk, who was on a few episodes ago as well, British orienteering partnerships manager, we devised this concept that we wanted to kind of get people in a new audience into orienteering. So we came up with this idea for Quid Games, which is part kind of influenced by Hunger Games, part by Squid Game, which is where the name comes from. It only costs a few quid to enter, but you can make a load of quid or win prizes that are worth a load of quid if you win it or win some of the checkpoints.
Are you saying a load of quid there?
Yeah, I'm trying to tie Quid Games in. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to like reinforce the fact that Quid Games has got a meaning and it's not just random.
Shit, fucking quiz on a Tuesday afternoon.
It's because people are like, why have you called it Quid Games?
Welcome to Load of Quid with Ben Mounts.
You can win a load of quid with Ben Mounser. So that's where the name comes from. But the idea behind it is that it's exciting, it's fun, it's unique. It's like nothing you've ever done before. It's at night usually. So with the head torches, we've got big brand sponsors. And when you set off, you've got to try and get as many checkpoints as you can in any order you want within the time frame, which is an hour. So, you're hard pushed to get them all if you're not an elite runner. But you have to choose where you're going to go. So do you go for the overall win? Do you go to the checkpoint first that you want to win the most? Because on these checkpoints, they're all loaded with prizes. So you might win a Garmin Fenix, you might win a silver head torch, you might win a pair of Asics. So the route that you choose is basically personal. You can either, try and go for the win or try and, go for something that you want to win over anything else. And you pick your map up after you've started. So there's a lot of rules in place and it is an absolute mindfuck, isn't it, Gary? What was it like to compete there?
It can sound complicated, but and it can sound confusing, and it was to me really. I got a grasp on urban orienteering, but at the same time I was very confused with it all beforehand, and I don't know how much you had involvement with this, but I imagine it was more Kay. But like the emails that went out beforehand were very detailed in a good way, to try and help you to understand what was going to happen. But it still didn't prepare me, to be honest.
No.
But it's actually not that complicated once you get going. It's literally, right, Ben's going to set you off. You've got an hour. You get your map within, 400 metres or longer maybe. Yeah. So within a minute, you pick up a map. Then you've got a choice to make where you're going to go. That's when the kind of confusion happens, because I'm there, I was there to, one, have fun, do it for the first time, and make a bit of a video for you, I guess, and just experience it, really. And quickly I realised this map is nothing like I've really used before. Yeah, like scale-wise, like all that kind of stuff. So I quickly, plus Ben from, another Ben, from your videographers had strapped a big GoPro to my hat about 10 minutes before we started. So I had this big fucking thing flopping around on my head. I had what I was trying to film with. I picked up the map. I went over the bridge in Kendal, opened it up, and I went, right, I'm going this way. And I was head down, just went charging, and I swear to God, I probably still owe him an apology. Nearly took out like Josh and Ellis that were running the opposite way. So I just went, and then I quickly realised I'm not 100% sure I know where I'm going that way. Yeah, so I quickly did a U-turn and was like, Josh, I'm coming with you too. So we went to the first checkpoint together, and it was like, right, the silver one looks easy enough. We'll go to silver and then up to the castle. And that was our plan. And the silver one was easy. Yeah, we navigated to silver, which some of them were like spot prizes, weren't they? So you'd go to the silver checkpoint and you'd pick up a number, keep your number, and it got drawn out afterwards. That was a bit of fun. And then we thought we knew the straight line up to the castle, which we kind of did.
Yeah,
quite steep up to the castle. And then got yeah, we didn't realise there was one route into the castle, really. So I thought I'd straight line it up the side and took Josh and Ellis with me, which was a bad decision, which you've probably seen some of the video. We're just in the thorn bushes.
I loved your reel.
For the first 10 or 15 minutes, I swear, it was like, you could hear the music, you could see the lights, but we were just the wrong side of the castle wall, skirting round the edge of it.
It's not easy, is it? It's like lumpy,
we were literally
bumpy.
fighting through the
Bracken
brambles
and
and stuff, really. And then we could see this long line of people just making a nice, easy trot up where you'd put up like the nice lighting and everything. So yeah, we came in at the wrong angle probably, but once you got up there, again, yeah, massive strobe light and all that kind of thing. It was great actually getting up to the castle and seeing that bit first. Well, second.
Yeah, the big plan for me was to light the castle with all the SportShoes logos, the Asics logo, the Kendal logo. So you saw that as well. Like, did it look pretty good? Because I never saw it like up close and personal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, planned it.
Like I say, we came at the castle slightly wrong angle, but that was the first thing you see up on the wall and everything. So it was quite funny actually, because I'm trying to film a little bit as well. So I could see where you were meant to dip in the middle to the checkpoint, but I ran off up to the castle's, the literal steps where the thing was to capture a bit of video. So I went up there, turned around, there's about 6 people following me up there. Josh, I was like, no, it's down there, I'm just taking a video.
Brilliant.
So I was the wrong person to follow, definitely. We did that one. And we had Ben Johnson giving us a shout and everything because he was up there with the drone. It was good because it was quite chaotic because there's people all running up there. And this was the same for the whole of the hour, really. People coming at everything from different angles and there's lights and there's all that kind of thing. And then you're kind of off into the next one. And you kind of, then I ran down into the estates then. And that's where it all came undone, to be honest, quite quickly.
It's quite tricky in those estates. They're so...
Yeah, I wish I hadn't gone into those estates.
Yeah, it's like a rabbit warren, isn't it? There's so many little twists and turns and it all looks the same. And once you once you don't realise where you are on the map, and you're lost, aren't you?
Yeah, I went to the first one okay, and it was literally down a tight alleyway. I couldn't find the alleyway, but then I saw a lady disappear off into it, so I was back on track, went into it. And then I think I got disorientated between a couple of checkpoints. But then my plan was just, right, okay, there's a GB vest. I'm just going to follow that. Yeah. So I did that for about 3 checkpoints, shouting, I'm just filming, but literally, I was also cheating. So I managed to knock off a few checkpoints just following the GB vest, to be honest.
That was the other thing we didn't mention as well, like the front end of the race. There's like almost 200 people in the race, and we'd limited it to that.
Yeah.
But we had like normal people entering, and then when I say normal, just like, the average Joes, and then you had not an average Joe, Gary, maybe orienteering, but not an average Joe. Yeah. But then at the front end, you had like the GB team, like the GB orienteering team, and there were a lot of them as well, young whippersnappers.
So good to watch that was, because I was in about 25 minutes in, I stopped taking it as serious and started trying to get to different places to film, maybe, and sit and see. So what I didn't realise is like trying to keep up with them. I mean, they're running fast anyway. Yeah, but the decision making was so fast.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to almost predict where they're going to go, and they're obviously thumbing the map, and it's like, they knew exactly what was coming up. It seemed.
Yeah,
whereas
it's incredible
I didn't
to watch.
even trying to bloody predict where they're going, and I'm just following. So very very impressive to see it. That's the highest level. So that was good to watch.
Yeah,
yeah.
The speed they get round, and there's no stopping. Like with me and you, we'd be taking a moment to pause, look at the map, keep checking it, and they're just running continuously out there.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous how quick they go.
And and with the map, it was like, and again, I went to one. Which one was it? I got to a Sun God one. So that some of them were easy to determine because they parked their van out. Well, not van, Defender, whatever it is. So got to that, and I thought, I've nailed that checkpoint. Yeah, I've gone the right way. And then I don't know which one was off, maybe Garmin or something. It was quite close on the map.
Yes.
Because I thought, I'm going to that one, then I'm going to that one. And then when and then I looked, and I was like, how the hell do I actually get that? It's literally an inch on the map. But because it's in estates, like literally housing estate, I realised, oh my God, you've got to go all the way kind of around.
Yeah.
And that's when I got completely lost.
That was a really clever thing in the planning from Kay, because Tom and I wrecked it on Wednesday night, and we did it the other way around. We did
because he did
Garmin
offer
to
me the
SunGod.
GPX.
Did he actually? So that's so Tom, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We went from Garmin to SunGod, and actually, as a crow flies, they're not that far apart, but you have to run right round because the roads and the trails just don't connect.
That's where my night come undone.
It definitely caught a few people out, but that's where you've got to really it gets you thinking, doesn't it?
Exactly.
But there were a couple of other big key checkpoints. I mean, what we tried to do as well is use all the quirky local features. So the castle being one of them, and then we had the brewery. So you actually ran into the brewery yard. That's Bowness Brewery. We had the school. So Kendal College, or Kendal School, should I say, is where Silver were based with their main checkpoint. And you actually had to go into the school, run down the corridor, and then into a little gymnasium. And then they had all the lights off with lasers on, and two of them were dressed up as Squid Game characters. It was pretty creepy. Did you go to that one?
I didn't get there.
No. Basically, Gary's reel is amazing, but he only went to the castle, and there was so many other cool checkpoints. And the other one I'm going to mention is the ski slope.
The ski slope, yeah. I was so gutted, man. But I was literally running around this estate thinking, fuck me, Ben's. I've said to Ben, because you kitted me out in Asics gear, it was lovely and everything, but one, it's pitch black, so showing off the Asics gear wasn't that easy. Two, I've been running around the council estate for 30 minutes now. This reel's going to be shit. Three, I don't even know if I'm going to make it back. I resorted in the end to looking at the castle lights, the big green thing, so it's good job you lit it up.
Yeah.
I was just fucking blindly running towards the castle to try and get back home. So yeah, I passed the brewery, but didn't register. It was at the time when I was panicking about trying to get back and trying to get to another checkpoint, really.
I mean, what is mad is that I've been going up to Kendal for all these years, past 2 or 3 decades. I've stayed at the Castle Green Hotel loads of times. I didn't even know Kendal had a castle until this year.
Yeah.
That is mental, isn't it? Because you don't notice it.
I'm Welsh, so it's...
You're just used to it, yeah.
We'll keep calling it a castle. That wasn't a castle.
No, not for you, mate. Small fry, that, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got them in the gardens around here, those things.
But I mean, it sits above Kendal, and you don't notice it unless you really are looking for it. But you could see the lights from the base camp when we'd lit it up. But then below it, and again, I didn't realise this even existed, is this ski slope. So as we were running up to the castle this year to recce it, because we thought, right, castle's going to be the checkpoint, me and Kay are like, there's a fucking ski slope here. We couldn't believe it. And it's massive, obviously. So we thought, right, we're going to use that. So in Red Bull 400 style, obviously it's all floodlit. We've put the checkpoint at the top of the ski slope, and in between ski lessons, and shout out to Kendal Snow Sports, because
that's great they've got
they let us use the snow spots and the ski slope for free. I'm just going to give them a bit of credit here. And they moved the ski lessons to either side of Quid Games so that the kids could watch and also we could use the slope.
Oh, brilliant.
So amazing, really. Massively thankful to Karen who sorted it out for us, who works there, volunteers the time there, should I say.
If they just said no, would you just done it anyway? And
that's it. Move the kids out of the way. Yeah, it'd be even more chaotic, wouldn't it? I mean, the original plan was to get people running up through, because you went up through the moguls, and when you dipped in at the top, we were going to get people to toboggan down, and the kids were going to keep bringing the toboggans up. But health and safety shut that down. But the thing that I wanted there was Red Bull to sponsor it, and they did. So Red Bull came in with the DJ truck. It was already lit up, but we'd lit up the back of it, so it was party vibes, après ski style. Kids screaming, ready-made crowd. So for me, that as well as the castle was the highlight. I really wanted you to experience it. It'd probably never happen again, Gary. So don't feel bad about it. But
stuck head shopping for 20 minutes to a bargain booze.
To say you're running around. Did you get any yellow stickers? To say you were running around a council estate for 40 minutes, your reel was really good. When it came out, I was like, yeah, that's brilliant. So if you've not seen it, by the way, go on Gary's Instagram and look at his reel.
Well, what I wanted to capture as well, which worked out in the end, I wanted to make sure, because one of the quirks of the event was the last checkpoint that you'd set up was timed, wasn't it? It's a time segment.
Sprint finish.
So I got there a little bit early because I thought, I'll just see if anyone's sprinting. And in my head, I thought, because there's elite runners there, I wouldn't have sprinted my harder, because there was a good, decent prize, isn't there?
Yeah, you got a pair of shoes, didn't you, for the fastest
but with
time.
the elite runners being there, in my head I was thinking, not going to be many people sprinting. There's literally every single person was giving it beans as much as they could. It was so actually that I had lots of fun just spending 10, 15 minutes there, chatting to people that were, there was guys warming up, doing stretches, all sorts, before they literally put the dibber in, and off they went. So I had a couple of sprints with a couple of people, and it was that was really good fun actually.
What about the guy that you put in your reel who like cornered that last bit in front of that girl and like faced off? He was a bit like Tommy Fury, wasn't it?
Didn't he? Yeah,
like
he nearly had that but girl and Bush.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I loved it.
Competitive nature. Yeah, I think it was good natured, but yeah, no, it was great because I saved it for. I ran a couple up until the corner, but then the last one with him, I ran because I wanted to see the finish. And you were there just at the finish shouting everyone in, going, dip in.
Because like so many people were sprinting so fast, they were missing the dibbing station because the dibbing station was, so I thought I'm going to have to stay here now. And I'd almost lost my voice after it, just screaming at people.
It was great seeing that. It was, that bit was actually good fun, just seeing people, how seriously they were taking it with, in reality, not much chance of winning the prize.
Love it.
I'd love you to publish the full, I don't know if you could.
We've got the splits. I can do splits. I will do that.
People would probably love to see that.
I've got those. I'll tell you what, I'll put those on the website, definitely on the SportShoes site.
Just the last sprint.
I mean, we just wanted to create something different.
I definitely reckon 90% of the people taking it very seriously were guys.
Yes, yeah. Shoulder barging everybody out the way, doing the Tommy Fury style finish.
Yeah.
But we had a DJ truck at the end, didn't we? Passenger kindly put that on for us. Passenger, the brand. They had this huge bus at the end.
And I have to pay for all this passenger gear at the minute. So if you're watching Passenger.
Yeah, there you go, mate. And we should have gone for the £500 passenger checkpoint because they give away 500 quid to
go for
first male and first female.
A bottle of Lambrini and a bag of booze without getting lost. So I think I was amazing prizes. I think I was the only person that didn't pick up a prize. It was like a kid's birthday party. It's like, well, they haven't got a prize.
There was a lot of goodies there, weren't there?
A couple of them cleaned.
Would you say how much quid could you win? Would you say, Gary?
In total?
Yeah. There's a lot of quid available, wasn't there?
Mate, a lot of quid. I don't want to put a number on it, but yeah, people are walking away with Fenix 8s and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, you
can't go to you didn't have to be the best, which is good. So anyone that wants to do this stuff, and not that every urban orienteering is giving out these prizes, but I'm sure when they do it again, you don't have to be the best runner to win these prizes, which was good. With Jacob Tonkin's proof of that.
Actually, he got the Castle checkpoint, didn't he?
He did get the Castle.
I spoke to him this week. I saw him at a fell race last weekend, and then I sent him his prize this week, so he was made up.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, he did really well.
Because he said he saw one other guy go in, and he had to make a good crack for it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, because nobody in that race takes the same route. Everybody runs it differently, which is good. But the main reason for us doing it, obviously, is to make a statement and get SportShoes out there. But I'd say just as important is to kind of get more people into orienteering. That's the whole, kind of concept behind it. Really,
I will definitely do urban orienteering after Christmas. Yeah, just to have a bit of practice, just so I'm better next time for Quid Games. But what I loved is just the chaos of seeing people coming across you and different.
Nobody know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. And you start off half knowing what you're doing, and like me and Josh, stood there going, we kind of knew where to go, but then you question yourself, and then arguably with two of you, it made it even harder because then we're questioning each other, and it's like, and you don't want to be the one that committed, and it was actually easier just going wrong on your own, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, you're right.
I don't know how urban orienteering usually works, if you work together or you're not meant to or whatever, but yeah, it was.
Kirsty and I sometimes run races together, and I mean it's recipe for divorce. Let's be honest. Like we approach things so differently. I mean we're actually quite a good little team because like sometimes I'll make things happen and get us to a checkpoint, and then sometimes she'll correct me as well, which is good. But yeah, I mean, everyone thinks differently and operates differently, so I wouldn't recommend it.
You get points, don't you? So I think I ended up with maybe 6 or 7 checkpoints. Somehow I ended up with 120 points.
You must have got some bonus ones then, I guess.
I got 50 points for one of them.
That's good, yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Got to be in it to win it. Well, they were really hard. They were the ones in the estate where you're just getting lost.
I think that's the alleyway one. I think.
Probably is, yeah. That's quite a good score, actually, Gary.
Yeah, I had a quick look. It was about mid-packing, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good effort. I mean, we are going to do another one. I would say as well that this, I mean, you won't have any problems, Gary, because I'll sort you out, but this one sold out in like less than 2 days. Yeah. So if you see Quid Games getting advertised, like keep an eye on the socials, like follow the Instagram account.
Have you thought about doing, you could do like 2 or 3 hours worth and
yeah, you could actually.
Fill a couple.
Yeah, you could.
But yeah.
I've got a plan to do a few more in some like really unique locations. Me and Kay have just been pinging ideas across to each other.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And if we can pull off either 1 or 2 of the ones that we've got planned,
I think the one I said to you would be good at night.
Yeah. Let's keep on.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Won't happen
I tell you what I did do the other week though, just while we're on the theme of orienteering, and she did come and run it, but there's a lady called Fran who is the sister of Andy Berry, believe it or not, right?
Yeah.
She organises a series with her partner called Run Like a Haggis. So she's called Run Like a Haggis on Instagram, but she's got these events that pop up all over the UK.
Wow,
I did one the other week and it was amazing. And there's like an hour's score, a 2 hour. No, sorry, an hour's, a 1.5 hours, and a 2 hour score event. And you can pick and choose which one you want to do. I did the hour, but I think I'd do the 2 next time. There's one in January in Grasmere. Oh, it's amazing. Honestly, it's really, really good. And it's on MapRun. So MapRun's the app you can have on your phone. And when you get to a checkpoint, it buzzes your phone and then you go to the next one. Honestly, that feeling of like when it buzzes and you get it right is amazing.
I'll tell you who were interested. The kids watch my reel. Yeah, they don't obviously watch all my reels, but let them watch that one. And they were really buzzing about it, looking at it, and they want to definitely do it.
Oh, you should bring them.
Maybe not Quick Games, but they want to have a go with
that
it.
Run Like Haggis one, I'm going to do the one in January. Worth checking out. And it's dead family orientated as well. And it's really low key. But Fran does an amazing job. And she's trying to get people into orienteering. But
and the
big
fact,
shout out to her. Search for it,
like
Run Like
having
Haggis.
an hour score, for example, is appealing, isn't it? Because people know, unless you go completely lost or something and don't come back for 3 hours. But
yeah.
Like sometimes if it's a distance, people are a bit worried about how long it's going to take or whatever. But it's an hour, isn't it? So
exactly.
And the best ones are there within 35, 40 minutes.
Oh, there's some really good ones out there. Yeah.
What was the winning time at Quick Games then? Was it 37 minutes?
I think it was less. I think it was about 34, 35. I thought it might be 40 minutes, but honestly, as you said, these GB orienteers, unreal.
And roughly what kind of distance? I know it's
5.5 miles, I think, was the optimum route, is what Kay said, which they would have done. So, and I think they went left first. They did like brewery, ski slope, castle, estate. That's
where
what
I
would
was
have
going.
done,
And then I turned right. I'm blaming.
But some people did go right and then did it the opposite direction and did really well. Shout out to my mate Bruce Duncan, actually, who won the vets again.
I saw him.
He's 55 now, if you can believe it.
He looks good for it.
Yeah, he looks good for a 55, doesn't he? Yeah. I don't know if he listens to the podcast. I hope he does. But he scooped a lot of prizes and he did well. He was buzzing off it, pure buzzing, because he lives in Kendal as well.
What was the feedback from the elites?
Yeah, do you know, really good. They said like it's the first time big brands have ever supported orienteering events, which was nice. And they understand like what we're trying to do. So even though the purists might question whether it's a like traditional orienteering, it's not, is it? Obviously it's a version of it. It's like orienteering reinvented.
No, but
like,
it's a showcase, isn't it?
Yeah, they get why we're doing it and they back it and I think they love obviously winning the prizes. But good challenge.
I was going to say selfishly, like in orienteering, it's good for it to be backed and backed well.
Yeah.
An opportunity to pick up some prizes and stuff, isn't it?
Definitely. It's a different style of orienteering as well. Like
don't get me wrong, I know it's like, I mean, at the top level, it's especially outside the UK as well, it's so prevalent and
it is. It's
competitive
huge, isn't it?
and stuff, isn't it?
What I did notice was like obviously most of the GB orienteers like did amazingly well, but there were some that didn't have great days. Like some of them were mid-pack because they'd obviously made a huge error, which happens in orienteering. Believe me, I'm the sort of like man who usually does that. But the winner of the men's race, Ewan, did really well at the first one, and I think he might have been third at the first one. I might be wrong there. But the women of the women's, Neve Hunter, won the first one and won this one, so she's on course for doing the hat trick. So she obviously.
Lady,
it really suits her running.
She seems to step up every 5 minutes. She cleared up. Was that her?
Oh yeah, I think that was her. Yeah. She was.
Really
she was up a lot. Yeah. No, there were some good performances, but yeah, there will be another one.
When's the next one?
TBC on venue. As soon as I know where the venue is going to be, I'll start planning it. But it'll probably be into spring next year. It'll be 3 or 4 months away, I think. But yeah, I've got some grand plans, so we'll see.
There you go.
But that was just Friday of Kendal, if you can believe it. So I was absolutely knackered, mate, by the time I'd finished. I thought, like, I'm done now. And then I had Saturday and Sunday to go. Because Saturday was a big day as well.
Squeezed in a few pints.
Squeezing a few pints. We were impressed at the energy levels because I tried to crawl through it, Gary. I did. I wanted to go to some parties, but I just couldn't manage it. But
what did we do Friday night?
I think we did go for a beer. Didn't we? We went to the Fleece, remember? We just kept going back to the Fleece pub, didn't we?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I was knackered as well.
We tried going for a Chinese, but it was shut. And then we went to the kebab house, didn't we?
I'm not a Chinese guy. Don't clip that. I would always choose Indian, but yeah, everyone wanted Chinese, so we were like, yeah, let's go. And everyone was up for it. and we bumped into Gilly, Rich Gill, who gets
this was the kebab house we went to then.
Yeah. So we bumped into him in the street first, didn't he? Because he was on his North Face trip.
He put a shift in, didn't he, as well?
He must have put a shift in, yeah. So they just finished, I think, and we said goodbye, said goodnight, said we were going for the Chinese. Then the Chinese was shut, so Gilly's gone. We go to what we thought was the Chinese. That was shut. So we went down to the next one, which was actually a kebab house, wasn't it? And
Tom recommended this kebab house, didn't he? He said it was good.
Yeah, Tom. I think Tom had been there for 2 weeks just scouting out takeaways and kebab houses and pubs on a recce. And then, so everyone had ordered a pizza and whatever. And then Gilly come bounding down, didn't he? Changed his mind. Straight into the kebab house.
Slammed £2 on the counter, didn't he?
Salt and pepper chips, please. Beirut.
And then he just turned around and walked out, waiting outside for him. And the guys in the kebab house are just like, what? Salt and pepper chips. Brilliant. Oh, Gilly. Gotta love him, mate.
I wish he'd ordered full-on Chinese food.
I do, yeah.
But yeah, he was absolutely... I think he's still devastated now. He hasn't got over it, has he?
No.
Didn't even say goodnight. He just fucked off.
He's not spoken to us since.
Rito, I'm going home.
Then we had to do it all over again, mate, on Saturday. Busy day again, wasn't it? Loads going off. Salomon on Saturday for some runs. And then what else did we have going on Saturday? I mean, that tent, that yurt, was just a conveyor belt of like film screenings, talks,
germs.
Brands coming in. That was hard, actually. Just, germs, yeah.
No, I don't want to... No, I mean... I did get sick off the back of it, but I don't want to scare people from going back next time.
Well, we had a salmon party, didn't we, on Saturday night?
Yeah, it was good.
When we first started planning that, it was just going to be me and Tom with a Bluetooth speaker, Spotify playlist, a can of 4-pack, a 4-pack of Skol, and it turned into quite a good party in the end, didn't it? We got a DJ, proper DJ. We had a bar, beer was flowing, turned the big light off. It was good.
Yeah, that was... It was ticketed event, wasn't it?
Yeah, ticketed, yeah. It was exclusive, mate. Everyone wanted to come in. Yeah. I was like doorman for the night. People just barging past me.
So the Saturday was good. It was a bit more of a blur the Saturday because I'd done that. I did the 10K in the morning when you were off doing something else. So I did Kendal, because Kendal, we haven't even touched on that, but Kendal do a 10K and a 50K, don't they?
Yeah.
That's quite well
established. So Adidas Terex have got the 10K in the morning, then the North Face have got the 10K, Ultra now.
Well, they're both competitive, but that 10K's been really competitive over the years, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah, Matt Knowles won it this year for the men as well, and like Matt is ridiculously quick. That was a top field. The top three were insane.
Yeah. I had no idea how competitive it was actually. I was running round for Keane actually on that one. Keane footwear, bringing out a shoe. So yeah, I wasn't taking it too seriously. I tried to give it a bit because I quickly realised I've not done a race, have I? Really?
No,
definitely not that intensity, not 10K. Coming out of Kendal up the lane, bloody blowing, mate. Yeah, but I quickly realised, my leg's actually all right. Yeah. So my leg wasn't holding me back necessarily. It was fitness more than anything, carrying the camera and stuff. But what I will say is, 1,000 people in that 10K. And as soon as you get to the top of the hill, you turn off and you're onto the trail, and 1,000 people are trying to get through one kissing gate.
Jesus, were you just backed up?
Just fucking stood there for
carnage,
3 or 4 minutes.
That's not good. Is
Easy.
It? That's not good.
And I was like, I wasn't racing, but so I was actually all right. But even it was a bit frustrating for me.
Yeah.
So like and then people are pushing, then people are climbing the stone walls, which is a big fucking no-no, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
There is another gate there that wasn't open, so people are climbing over that gate. Then a marshal came over just to shout, "Don't go over the walls," but it's literally one kissing gate.
That's not good.
And people are getting a bit like, argy-bargy with it, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I hadn't paid to be there and I wasn't necessarily racing it, but people have paid good money to be there, and I don't want to moan too much, but I just didn't see... They either had to open that gate properly so people could just run through, but unless you were top 20 maybe, got no chance.
No.
It's just I've got a video of it, and behind me, there's probably 100, 150 people just stood there. And you could say it's just a bit of fun or whatever, but people are trying to run well, aren't they? It's like a little fell race, really. Anyway, after that, you get through, and it was just good running and up and down and a good test.
Did they not look at your UTMB index and put you on the wave A?
Well, you can self-seed yourself, so it's really well organised. You got Matt Ward on the start line as always. telling people to get in the pen early, and you've got, I think, sub 45 minutes, sub hour, and then beyond that, whatever. I just stuck myself in the sub hour bit because I had no clue what I was going to do.
Do you reckon they'd have been better maybe setting off in waves, do you think? Because like that'd be the only way around it, wouldn't it?
I don't know whether they were meant to open that like a proper gate, then they would have free flowing, and they just hadn't done it in time, or they've not got... I don't know. It's a question for them, not me. But you can't have 1,000 people trying to get through one fucking kissing gate.
No, it's too
like,
much.
you can't have people climbing over the walls. That was completely wrong. But at the same time, people are going to do that because either they don't know, or they don't know how sensitive a stone wall would be.
Or they're getting frustrated,
or they're frustrated because they want to... I mean, yeah, like I wasn't near the back, so people are trying to run and they're being competitive with each other. Like, it was like a small blip, I guess. On what I had good fun. It was the first time I've run hard for an hour in a long time, and I did feel it. And I felt it afterwards. I was knackered. Yeah,
that was probably the kebab as well, wasn't it? The night before.
Well, I was fueled by kebab, beer, and no breakfast, but I won't go into that as much. It was good. I saw Ben Johnson again on the way down. I tried to get some good photos, but he hadn't. I almost took him out more than getting good photos. Yeah.
Shout out to Josh Beaumont for winning the ultra as well.
He won the 50k. Yeah. At one stage, there was a guy running alongside me with a full massive kit on and stuff, and I was overtaking him. I was thinking, one, without being rude, how is he ahead of me? Two, why has he got like a 10-litre rucksack on?
Is it Danny Andrews? Fish and rice cake guy.
Had a pair of Alpha Flies. I hadn't realised that you'd joined the same route for a little section or something. Must have been on the same route. And then they peeled off.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so it was the same time, wasn't it?
It was a 50k, wasn't it? So, anyway. Good effort from Josh. That was
it's a class race. I think that's his biggest race so far because the lad he beat, the Italian, actually who ended up finishing third, I think. He's got a decent UTMB index. And there was some good runners in that.
Coach Andrew, who's finished 7th. I'll give him a shout out because he's trained hard for that race.
Yeah.
He ran he's been in Canada for 2 years maybe. He ran his first 100 miler earlier in the year and won it over in Canada.
Decent
in
level.
A good time. So he's a good athlete. He's a good runner, and we wanted him to do well. He did have a bit of fueling issues, but he said he was running with Josh for a bit, and then Josh drifted off. So he finished 7th. So that top 7 to 10.
Yeah,
there are no mugs. That's a great win. That.
Yeah, fair play to him. No, good shout out, and Ellis as well, my
good
stepdaughter.
Too.
She did really well. Yeah. I mean, Saturday was a busy day, and then we also in the day I've not mentioned it really, but we had a couple of film screenings. One was with Rab, who've made a film about fell running, and Ben Rotherham, Finlay Grant, and Sarah Wilhoit, and
good little film.
The English Fell Running Championship. Yeah, it was a good film. That's going to be touring a bit next year actually as well. We're going to put a plan together to take it. I think we're going to keep it off for now, but eventually it probably will go on YouTube.
Watch. I've been telling people to go and watch.
It will eventually go on, but I think we're going to tour around the country with it next year. And then we had a film as well. So James Collins, our content lead at SportShoes, he produced a film behind the scenes at UTMB, well, TDS race, Darren Agnew and Hannah Cawthra, and it's like a behind the scenes of the crew. So it's called The Hidden Race, and it's like what you don't see in these races. Everybody sees the finish line and the glory shots on Instagram, but this is like, trying to get to the aid stations and support the runners, and it's like that kind of
it's really
hidden
good.
Race.
It's really good.
Good film, isn't it?
Turn that around quick.
He's done well there, hasn't he? Fair play to him.
I know how much effort goes into those, what you'd call short films. I know not that short, but it was only the end of August, wasn't it? So for a videographer to get that out so quickly, really.
Yeah, he did really well. And that is now actually on our YouTube. So if anybody wants to watch that, The Hidden Race, SportShoes YouTube, go and watch it.
And it still only shows a small part because I was out there at the same time, and because obviously you'd gone away to do that, and it was almost like, well, you could do behind the race. It was knowing how exhausted you lot were just supporting and doing the film, and then you've got Hannah who was supporting Darren. It's like, like they were, the whole team are tired, aren't they?
The mad thing is, like, straight after Darren had finished, or I'd say straight after, like, he had a bit of sleep, and then he went and supported one of the guys who was supporting him in his race. So like they flipped it again then, and I mean we didn't film that one obviously, but that whole week of UTMB is pretty crazy, and you were involved in all of that, Gary, because you were with us. So you saw it all going off, which it's quite nice when you're watching something that you've been a part of as well, isn't it, on the big screen?
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
But then we started our presenting journey, didn't we, on Saturday evening with kicking it off with She Ultra, didn't we? Gave Hugh a little bit of space on the stage. Hugh didn't make it, so we had to fill in for him. But we had Jane, one of the She Ultra ambassadors.
She was great, wasn't she?
She was brilliant, yeah. It's a good film, that, as well.
It was, so there's the full-length version, which is, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah. Which he wanted to show, but we only had like 45 minutes. So I said to Hugh, like, we're going to have to get a shortened version.
And then we had the Welsh version, which was 20 minutes?
20 minutes, yeah. So I did the translation for it for everybody.
Luckily, it was subtitled. So
and there's a few words in English that are the same in Welsh. I'm pretty sure one of them is long run. I'm sure that's like the same. There's something.
Well, when you're in conversation with Welsh people, it's quite often it'll drop in kind of thing. Yeah, there's a bit the odd English.
Love that.
There's just no Welsh word for it. So, but obviously they're conversing in Welsh and English so much. It's it's a nice language, isn't it?
It's beautiful language. Yeah, it really is.
And especially around in that area, because everyone's so friendly and supportive of the whole thing. You quickly, it doesn't matter that it's in Welsh, the subtitles are there. You're just quickly into it, aren't you?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's a good little session that, and then I handed over the mic and I started on the bass, and I think, didn't I? That was like
switched off then, hadn't you?
Saturday evening, and that honestly, it was the first time, as I said at the start of this podcast, where I just sat back a little bit and watched it all unfold and thought, do you know what? This is pretty cool, this. Yeah. And that you were on the stage like with Holly, talking about the Speed Project and showing that film that you were in, and that it's obviously she's got on YouTube, on the SportShoes YouTube now. And that was really good, mate. Like a brilliant interview, like very funny as well. And yeah, that's the first time I enjoyed it.
I mean, from your point of view, like obviously these are ticketed events. People are paying good money to go and see it, aren't you? So
it's got to be good.
It's got to, well, one, it's got to be good in terms of your film choice. Two, it's like, and from the outside, it was quite last minute in terms of, I don't know if this is normal for Kendal, but they didn't release tickets for that until quite near the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's normal or what.
I think it is, but you're right. It's like 2 weeks out, isn't it?
It's like,
it's probably because they were still waiting for stuff from me. As in, I had to send them all the stuff.
But like, whatever. Anyway, but they were full houses, weren't they? All the films were pretty full, and then chatting to Holly was good. About the film, it was good watching it back. I've watched it once on YouTube, and then I watched it then.
Is it weird seeing yourself in the film as well?
Not really, mate. I'll be fucking in it. I need to have words. Bloody love story with them too. While I'm doing all the fucking hard yards. I'm only joking, guys.
Brilliant. Shout out to you though as well, because I literally just said to Gary about 10 minutes before, I was like, "You're all right doing this one, aren't you?" And he was like, "Yeah." He just got up and just did it. Did no prep.
Well, it's not. Yeah, I've said this before. It's not like you'd asked me to present the film on brain surgery or something. It was like
true,
I was there, and I've done a bit of presenting. So and Emil got up and did the other one in the end, didn't she? So
she did actually.
She did a great job as well.
Yeah,
it was quite good.
That last film was all about like a female-only content team at UTMB. So
I had no idea what that was going to be about. I mean, that was part of the problem. I didn't know. Neither of us knew what it was going to be about. Do you know the Solomon film.
The mad thing is about that and the Hoka film. So the Hoka film was finished. So we showed it on Saturday evening, and it was finished on Thursday. Like, that's when we gave them the edit. In fact, we brought the edit on the day. And then Ollie Denton, who made the film and presented the film with Emo Body, this is the female content creation team at UTMB. He finished it at 2:00 in the morning on Saturday and then showed it in the evening. I mean, that is mental. Like, that is, so nobody had seen it apart from him. Like, he was the only person.
When you're the videographer or producer, whatever you want to, when you're doing your own film to show, that just shows he's like, it's never right. He probably still wasn't happy until
probably won't.
Yeah, but like I say, I was and I was stood there, didn't know what I was going to watch, and so the concept was great. I thought, I didn't even know that they'd done that. So and I imagine, so the film's about Solomon had sent over an all woman content creation team, to follow athletes out there, and it was a film about that, another kind of behind the scenes. Great film.
It's really good, wasn't it? Really
enjoyed
good.
that. Do you know what struck me is that I love seeing people that are talented in anything, really. I really enjoy it. We could be a bloody violin player for all I care, but because because we've been in running for so long, you get quite used to being that great at running photography or running videography, and the way they pulled it from these videographers and stuff from different sports, and you get to see how talented they are from different areas. It's the same kind of concept, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Because some of the team were used to filming trail races and ultra trail, but some of them they brought from America and they were covering NFL.
NFL and stuff like that.
So it was like throwing them into a different situation, but like using the skill set, obviously, to cover a totally different sport, which was really interesting.
It will have been, and it was good because you see these women that have come from different angles. They're obviously amazing at what they do, and that's why Ollie and the team have got them there. But to see their first experience of a UTMB and having to shoot it, and the amount of work and effort, I sometimes think borderline, it's like, because these people are so obsessive about what they do and they want to do such a good job, it's so, you don't get to see the full extent, do you? Because they take all this footage, all these stills, and it's maybe for a brand that is going to use 1% of what they actually go and get, which is, I know, just the nature of it, but I'd love to see more of this stuff. And sometimes I think maybe it's more about themselves giving out more. I don't know. But I found those in, like that one behind the scenes, any of the behind the scenes stuff, because I've been watching this stuff so much, I find that way more interesting sometimes than an athlete one.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's very true.
Yeah, because I kind of know what's going to happen. I watched the bloody race.
Yeah, it's true. It's nice. It's
Whereas
a different angle,
I
isn't
could
it?
have watched that film,
Yeah.
that team of women. I could have watched a 6-part series on Netflix about that.
Yeah.
To be honest. True. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that'll be coming out probably to watch next year because they obviously
that's not out either.
No, it's not out yet. Only because he'd only just finished it, and like you said, I don't think he's fully happy with it.
Get a move on.
Probably tweak it. Yeah, but you can watch the Hidden Race, which is the one we mentioned that James Collins filmed, which is the behind the scenes at TDS, and Looking for the Bad Times, Holly Stables, which Gary's in. Good reason to watch it as well. Yeah. And that's about the Speed Project. So those two and Homegrown, Josh Wade, are all on the SportShoes YouTube channel. So check them out. And then following that was the party, wasn't it? The Salomon party, the
Salomon
COVID party.
On a good show. Thanks, thank you.
Yeah, big shout out to Salomon.
Still got the hoodie on, representing today.
Yeah, big shout out to Salomon. They brought the party vibes, and it was brilliant. Like, in fact, we had to lock it down at 10 o'clock. And it was just getting going.
Show, it
was, wasn't it? That could have gone till 2 in the morning.
To be honest, you'd said, I think there was mentions of 9, half 9.
Yeah.
Being shut down. But usually when someone tells me a party's shutting down at 9, half 9, I go, yeah. And then you're there till 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
This one did shut down.
It was a hard stop, wasn't it? Which was gutting because, well, we ran out of beer to be fair, but it was in full flow, wasn't it? It was good. Yeah, it was really good. Felt a bit bad.
We nipped over to the Yeti tent and squeezed in there because I'm still fuming. And I have to mention this because someone out there knows what happened.
Yes.
Me and Ben very kindly got given a little Yeti tumbler.
Yeah, Rambler, tumbler, whatever they call it. Yeah.
And we placed it down for 30 seconds at the end of the evening.
If that, yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone. So I hope you're happy with yourselves. You've ruined our Christmas.
Yeah, somebody's out there. I'd love to find out who it was and bring them to justice. But we're not happy about it. Yeah,
no,
not happy. So yeah, I hope you're feeling very proud of yourselves. Enjoy that.
Yeah, obviously, I'm very lucky. I get given some gifts sometimes, but that one, I love a little tumbler.
Yeah, me too as well. I would have used it on the way down here for a drink.
Me too. Yeah.
But anyway, such is life.
So if they do happen to turn up at Ben's house.
Yeah.
Or just send it to SportShoes, they'll sort it out.
All is forgiven if you do that. Or if Yeti wants to send us some more.
Yeti want to give us a set.
Yeah. We're open to donations, of course.
It was a great little party. James Kenyon pulling the pints. That's probably why we ran out of beer, to be honest.
I try not to get in around with James Kenyon. He's one of the heavyweights. I've mentioned him before. The 3 heavyweights in the industry of drinking. He's one of them. Graham Johnson, Mizuno, the other. Andy Norman, Ultra. You can't get in around with these guys. Like, he's a unit, isn't he, James? He won't mind me saying, in the kindest way, but he's a pro at drinking.
We did go for a beer afterwards in the pub. That was quite nice just to sit down. Everyone seemed to relax a bit more. And
decompress.
That was good.
And then went back to the kebab house, didn't we?
Went back for some salt and pepper chips, yeah.
And then, you parted ways Sunday, Garrett, and then...
I had to be back. I had Sunday football. It was funny because I didn't play a massive part in the festival itself, but I was there Friday, Saturday, and then by Sunday, so I'm in Kendal, by Sunday 9:30, was back in Wales at my lads' football Sunday league. So it was
It's a good turnaround, that, mate. I'm impressed.
I love doing this stuff, but it's important sometimes that I've got to get back and still show my face there.
There was a session that I thought you'd enjoy, actually, and I'll talk to you about it now. In the morning of Sunday, we had a hike with Haglofs up to the castle.
Yeah, it would have been
that
good,
was good. And then we got back, and there was a session on with Brian Cannon. Now, I don't know if you know much about Brian Cannon, but he's an artist, a designer, lives in Kendal, moved up from Wigan. That's where he's originally from. But he is the man behind the Oasis logo. He designed the Oasis logo. His handwriting is definitely maybe. And he designed every single album cover for the Oasis.
Hey, you didn't tell me this.
Oh, yeah, this was Sunday.
I'd have fucking been my lads' football.
I know. I was gutted, mate. I thought you could have been there. There's a place for you. He also, beyond Oasis, he's designed all the key album covers pretty much in the 90s for like indie alternative music. Like, this guy's unreal. So Google Brian Cannon. We can get him to do some merch for us. Yeah, I mean, he sells a lot of his merch in his shop in Kendal. So you can just Google Brian Cannon. You'll go down at Brian Cannon rabbit hole like I did. He's got loads of videos about how he made the logo, all this artwork. He's a really, really fascinating guy. And Neil Summers of Outdoor License, who works also with Haglofs, he interviewed him on stage. Mate, it was one of the best like talks of the whole weekend. But we've got to go and meet Brian. Like, what a guy he is. He's amazing. So we'll go up to Kendal. Get him on the podcast. That'd be great. But he's got like this love for the outdoors, but also lives in Kendal and has designed all this amazing stuff for all his bands. So really unique talk, but nice tie-in as well with the kind of festival vibe. So that was a good session. And then we had a guy called Dio Kato who ran from South Africa to London, which, I mean, called it morning run on Strava. Probably did, I don't know. But that was really impressive. Big shout out to Dio. It's part of Black Trail Runners, and it was good to see loads of people in the community come down for that as well. It was a packed out audience in the SportShoes tent with Adidas Terex, so that was a good way to finish. And then a guy called Louis Alexander who did 8 marathons in 8 different, I want to say, states in Australia. Don't know if you call them states, but anyway, that was quite impressive. And that was it, mate. That was the full weekend, action-packed, mega weekend. It's like, how do we follow it up now next year? That's the thing.
You going back, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back. Yeah, I've been told I'm going back, but I might need to start a petition to get me a pay rise, to get me off minimum wage. So if anybody is willing to do that, I'm going to send these out digitally. If you could sign it, if you're listening to the pod, like, let's try and get me off minimum wage. Aiming for that. Yeah.
Or at least don't steal his mugs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that Yeti was just that. We're still mad about it, aren't we? Still not sat well with it. Yeah. But a good weekend, mate, wasn't it?
No, it was good.
Good round up there.
Thanks for the invite.
No, thank you for coming, Gary. You made it special as always, mate. We didn't have any time to do any reels, but we did get to spend a little bit of time together. We got to eat some kebab pizza together, didn't we? Which was good.
We did, yeah. Yeah, I will pull you up on the house though. I know I've done it in the chat.
Oh yeah,
sort
of screwed Gary over a little bit, didn't I?
I got sold the dream in terms of I've got this lovely house, Gary. Yeah, come to Kendal, we'll spend the weekend. We'll go for food. We'll have some beers. And honestly, the house is amazing. Got up to Kendal, and I know parking's not great in Kendal, but like didn't even get a message off Ben. I had to ring Tom to see like where's this house.
I did put Tom in charge of the communication element.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't mind that part, but I was getting up to Kendal, nowhere to park the car. Yeah, so because
hashtag Kendal problems.
Yeah, so I'm driving about 3 miles out of town just to carry my big massive bag for the weekend back. No concierge there, nothing to carry my bag for me. As the North Face lads are running through, so Josh and everything are waving. I'm like, Josh, carry this. Don't think he heard me. But yeah, Tom met me, got the bag back to the house, and then realised I was sharing a room with one of the characters from SportShoes side. Give him a shout out. I don't mind. I don't mind sharing a room at all. I'm not precious, and it was absolutely fine. But there was no food in the fridge. There was no beers in the fridge. There was
Sai walking around in his underpants as well.
Yeah, my trainers went missing within 30 minutes. That was a panic. Yeah, so it was next year we need more clarification on the housing. So
yeah, I need to make amends for that, Gary. To be honest, I have to take that one on the chin because I did. yeah, I didn't step up to the mark on that respect for you, did I? I owe you one, mate. I'm going to buy you a Yeti for Christmas, and I'll book some better accommodation next year, I promise.
Don't, mate. We're getting inundated with them now, don't we?
I think we better call it
That is it.
time
That
there,
might be
because
a
that has been
two-parter, that.
that has been a monster episode. Almost 2 hours, Ben, is it? Hour and a half. Oh, seemed longer.
There you go. People can listen to it over 2 weeks because they missed a week, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. We're treating you. That's what we do. We're just men of the people. We're just giving you something, giving
it.
people what they want.
Yeah, but it's nice for people to see, and like for us, it's always interesting. But me speaking to people, I think it's quite nice. I know it's quite SportShoes heavy, but the inner workings and how these things, they don't just happen. So it's quite nice to chat about it sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. And this, what happened with us happens with every other brand as well who's there. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see like a bit of behind the scenes. It kind of is representative
I
of
didn't
everybody
get
who's there.
time to spend much time. I walked through that
Base camp.
Base
Yeah.
camp, it's called once, which is where all the trade is, and the lads from Varga were there and everything. Didn't get time to go and really see that. The keen people that sorted me out with the shoes and stuff, I did go over to them, but apart from that, I didn't see anything that was in there. And I know I was there for different reasons, but there is a lot of effort goes into that whole weekend.
It's amazing. I mean, as I said at the start, the team at Kendal are incredible. Steve Scott, Jackie Scott, Clive, Ben, the team, unreal. So check it out next year. I think the tickets don't go on sale until fairly late on, as Gary said, but the dates now are on the website for next year.
Do you think the running side will grow a bit,
I think so.
Are you monopolising that?
I think it will grow, but only because we'll make it grow.
Only because you're growing it.
yeah. Definitely. SportShoes are definitely owning the
I like
running
when I ask
aspect
these
of it.
questions, you go to answer it, then you realise, oh, fuck.
yeah. Backtracking. Yeah, SportShoes are definitely there, owning the running aspect of it next year. So we'll see you there, hopefully. But without further ado, we will see you next Tuesday.